Alright, so I want to go over just cleaning a dryer out. I figured I already cleaned mine, and I figured when I was done, hey, maybe there's somebody else that needs to learn this or wants to figure out how to do this. Super simple LG dryer, gas dryer. Um, First biggest thing to do is on your door, I've removed mine. On your door, you will have these tabs. You won't be able to see them. You can use a butter knife. I happen to have a 3-inch putty knife, and when the top is down, I'm not going to drop it all the way down, you'll have a gap where that door is sitting right against here. Shove the putty knife in, and then take a small screwdriver and pop up. You can pop one side up at a time. Same thing at this side. Putty knife, butter knife, whatever you want. Push in on this tab. It's a strong tab to push in on. You'll push in on that and then pry it up with something else, and then this will lift up. It has hinges on it. Tilts back and supports itself. The door comes off. What I really wanted to go over is inside of this dryer, so I can get my flashlight here. And yes, I know this is on my list, is to drywall this laundry room and get rid of the flex pipes against codes in most places. Most jurisdictions, most cities, townships will not allow you to have flex duct for more than X amount of feet, and I can tell you right now, I'm well over that. Anyway, so our dryer has this flat filter style that pulls out when you open the door. Inside of here, this thing was nasty, and the stuff that you're seeing now is mainly just, if I get the camera to focus, is mainly just some residual light dust, dirt on there. This thing was nasty, and I do keep this clean. Today's the first time I've gone this far. So once your door's off, on your door, you'll have those two tabs there that you got to pop the top. You'll have a screw here. By the way, it's model number DLG4971W. You'll have a screw there, a screw there, and a screw there. 4 screws. Once those screws are out, this whole door will just kind of lift up and out and right off. Now, back to what I was saying. This, I'm not an appliance tech, so this right here will come off. This attaches to the fan, and the fan is sucking air out of the dryer through here, comes down through here, goes through the fan, and then it exhausts out the back of the dryer, goes up, and goes out to wherever you have it venting to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this off. It is super easy. Anybody can do this. I was diesel tech for years. I've got tools galore. I'm showing you I could do this with just a Phillips screwdriver today. It's all it takes, and a putty knife or a butter knife. So we'll take off. There's 2 screws that hold this on there. You got one Phillips here, one Phillips here. We'll take those off, and then we'll show you where that's at. So that piece is off. So we just got 2 screws, 1 and 2. Pretty simple. Once you get to that point, then that is the fan, and I believe that is sucking air out, venting it. Oops, I just dropped my screws. Inside of this is where a lot of the heavier sand and dirt and lint will all build up, is right in here. This thing was nasty. I have blown this out quite a bit. There's still some residual crap in there, but it's kind of stuck on there, so I'm not too worried about it. Inside of here, as soon as I cracked this open, there was all kinds of lint. I just took my blower and my vacuum and started sucking this all out, and then went one step further and popped this cover off. It sucked out even more. I took just a flathead screwdriver and went through, cleaned some of these things out. There's still a little bit of residual on there. I plan on doing this again in a couple months, so I'm not too worried about getting every little piece off of there. Clean that out. The next biggest step is, I'll show you next. Now that cover's off of there. That will be full of lint as well, especially if it hasn't been done in a couple years. That will be full of lint. So as soon as you want to do this cover, there's just 2 Phillips screws. Again, screwdriver, you can pop this off. Now be careful when you go to put this back on. I'm gonna grab my flashlight to show you. Down here at the bottom, if you're not careful, you'll just set this on there and go to put screws back in, when actually this lower tab goes behind the face. Let's see if I can get it. There we go. The tab goes behind the face. The tab of this plate in my hand goes behind the face of that. Screws right back on. Get that all clean. Put your 2 screws back in. Now the next biggest part is the burner. So you got a gas dryer like this one, you got your gas valve. What happens is the flame shoots from, let me see if I can use my laser and do this. Oh, the laser will show you. So the flame shoots right out of here into this big tube, which then goes up and comes out that vent right there. That's where the heat's coming from. And this in here will be full of lint as well. I've gotten most of mine out. Use a long brush, a long vacuum hose and a shop vac, and kind of roughly reached in there and used the brush, kind of scraped some of it out of there. But this is 100% better now. It was pretty bad. You'll also want to get down here if you can. If you've got a shop vac with, this is the skinny hose shop vac. If you've got one of these, then that will make this process a lot easier. So this is here, gas valve's down here, and burner tube is right there. So you'll want to get that all vacuumed out, brushed out best you can. From my understanding, house fires, majority of them are caused from dryers, and when these things have a very, very dry lint, you add flame into that, and that's when you get fire. So it's best to do this every year and a half, maybe sooner. Make sure you clean out your lint trap every time you use it, and you shouldn't have any problems. But pretty easy. I mean, you can do this with a simple Phillips screwdriver and a vacuum, and if you got a brush, this is a very simple task to do.